Many, many of us, many of us took multitasking and said, I am a great multitasker. If I took you right now in the back with me and the pastor and we started to give you an interview and we asked you what was your greatest quality, you would say, I am a great multitasker. But you would say that because you lack the knowledge. Because if you really research back to where multitasking started in 1960, multitasking was trying to convince everybody to get a computer. And what they were trying to tell you was that computers are able to do multi things at one time. And you would be able to surf here and type here. You would be able to cut from here and paste into here. And they said, this is the new multitasker. And then guess what we did as humans? We tried to make it us. So now we naming ourselves after objects. And we saying we are multitaskers. And God said, I didn't make you that way. I called you to focus in. I called you to look at what I'm telling you to do. God says, didn't you hear the scripture? You thought it was something you're supposed to be praising God on. And it was the greatest rebuke of the church. He said, because your eye hasn't seen and your ear hasn't heard and neither has it entered into your heart. And you got happy and started shouting. And God says, no, it's right in front of you, but your eye can't see it. It's right around you and your ear can't hear it. Your heart is supposed to be open, but you can't even feel it. The things that I have prepared for you. Not just the things I prepared for you, but the things I prepared for those who love me. You're so distracted with loving the church and loving the work of the church and loving your name being called and loving having your name in lights and loving being historic and loving being monumental. And God says, I didn't call you to do any of that. I called you to focus. And if you're going to be women that are going to do what God told you to do, I come here today to be your spiritual eye doctor and bring you back in focus. I know what you're saying. Pastor, I got my glasses for that. But I'm telling you how many people are walking around glassed up, contact up, and still can't see nothing. I don't know if you've ever done this before, but I've done this. I've got up in the morning and put my contacts on and drove all the way to work and still couldn't see my own PowerPoint. And I had to go put my glasses on top of my contacts because what the contacts were unable to do, my glasses were able to do. Come here, it just went over your head because God says you think it's okay just to be saved. You think it's okay to just come to the church. And God says, yeah, that's a part of it. But let me bring you in focus. I'm bringing you to relationship. I know you thought it was okay just to come here, but he says, He said, the people around you, they honor me with your lips, but your heart is far from me. And God says, I am looking for a people that will get your heart in line with what your eyes see, that will get your heart in line to what I'm doing for you, will get your heart in line what I'm trying to say to and for you. Distracted living. Let me tell you a little bit about the story so you won't say, that's a popcorn preacher. She can't really preach. We're not going to have no educational fights up in here. I got enough degrees to paint your wall. We're not going to do that in here, all right? So let's just do it the way we do it. You understand that in the scripture, Mary and Martha, we've seen them several times. God is back. Jesus is back in Bethany, one of his good places, because he has friends there. And let me stop and pause right there and tell you very parenthetically, you keep trying to walk through this life without having good relationships, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good because you have got to learn how to foster good relationships. What Jesus was teaching us as women is all this snapping back and all this jealousy stuff and all this talking behind folks' back and all this jealousy about what people got on and all that critique because somebody wrote down 20 things when I walked out that door. How's she going to preach looking like this? Oh my God, if you see this preacher they got here today doing all of that instead of when I walked out that door saying, God, touch her right now. God, I need a word right now. I don't care if she came out here in a green bathing suit. I I need a word right now. And I just need to know, is it 3 people that says, I'm desperate for God. I'm desperate for God. That I don't care what you do in church. I'm desperate for God. I don't care which way you make. I'm desperate for God. Oh, I need about 3 people that say, you don't know the hell I'm going through at home. You don't know what my wife or my husband is taking me through. You don't know what my kids did last night. But when I come into this place, God, I'm desperate for you. God, I need to hear a word from you. So he says, you stop being distracted. I can bring everything back into focus. So he talks about our relationships. He says, I'm going into Bethany because I know I have good relationships in there. And the story picks up here in chapter number 10 with Mary and Martha. And let me tell you in speed very quickly, because you're going to hear it all month. And so I want them to repeat after me. I'm not going to repeat after them. So let me throw it all at you. And so you can keep saying, oh, Pastor Owen said that. Pastor Owen said that. Okay. So let me throw it all at you real quick. Martha was a woman. She was outside of her stage and outside of what the real essence of a woman was in those times, because she was a homeowner. And I know what you're thinking. We boss babes now, Pastor. We own our own homes. We making 6 figures, and we doing this and we doing that. And I'm telling you, yeah, we doing it all. But guess what? If you're operating outside of your own mind, you still ain't doing nothing. That just went way over your head, because some of you are sitting here today making 6 figures. Some of you are sitting here today owning your own 5-bedroom home. Some of you are sitting here today and you stepped out of your Benz and your Mercedes. And some of you are sitting today and you're miserable. You're mean. You're crabby because you say, I just don't have what I need. And that's why I'm trying to tell you, you've got to learn how to change your focus. Because Martha, you say, I don't know where she going, but I got you. Martha was a homeowner outside of her time, because women weren't really the homeowners. It was the men that were the homeowners. And so she knew as the homeowner that the culture of the time was whoever owned the home, it was their responsibility to make sure that their guests felt valued and appreciated. And I'm talking to somebody who feels like you get up every day and get dressed up in your finest earrings and your best clothes, and you walk out and try to live your best life, not for you, but for the people who are around you. And God says, women, let me change your focus, because you're doing all of that trying to please people who don't have the ability to please. What are you trying to say, Pastor? Because that didn't make no sense. What I'm saying is that you're trying to please people who don't have a heaven or a hell to put you in. You're trying to please people who don't get even a say. You're trying to please people that may not even be at the same gate to get in heaven that you're going to be at. You're trying to please people that might be sitting in the balcony and you're on the floor. You are trying to please people that God says, what you're trying to please them, they have not even arrived to your level. Can I talk to my church real quick? Because I learned something very quickly in my life. Why am I arguing with you and you ain't even leveled up? Why am I going back and forth with you and you can't even hold your weight with me? You know, I'm not that type of girl. I'm down to earth. I'm cool. I'm chill. But if you press me real hard, I'll say, come on now. You ain't got not a degree. You walking around here with a high school diploma talking about you a boss. Go sit down. You walking around here and your house is your car. You walking around here living in a 2-bedroom apartment and late on that. Don't boss up there. Boss up when it counts. So Martha was worried about the house and worried about her credentials and worried about if the saints, when they walk by, was going to be impressed. I ain't even going to stay right there because y'all already mad at me and I need to hurry up and holler so y'all get glad again. But what I'm going to say is that when you get in your life and you find yourself on the perpetual wheel of trying to impress others and do all the work for others and make sure everybody is pleased, you distract yourself from the true focus and the true meaning of what God predestined your life to be. Can I tell you why? Because Jeremiah 29:11, come on nation, y'all out there, say it with me. Jeremiah 29:11 says, I know the thoughts that I have toward you, saith the Lord. They are thoughts of good and not evil, to give you hope and a future and an expected end. What are you trying to say, Pastor? That didn't make no sense. It was random. What he really trying to say is, I already predestined your future. And it doesn't matter what you've already done or what you're going to do. It's still going to be yours. That's why I stopped getting mad when people was talking about me, because guess what I said? It don't matter. God's still gonna use me. I don't care if you don't like me. God's still gonna use me. I don't care if you don't like what I say. God gonna still use me. I don't care if you don't like what I got on. God's still gonna use me. I just need 3 people, because I don't care about the rest, that'll say, guess what, Pastor? As long as God is using me, as long as God is getting the glory, if I can check the house real quick and take my voice to another register and say, God, get your glory out of my life. I feel like David right here, where he said, I will bless the Lord at all times, and his praise shall continually. It's because you don't know the story right there. David was in a predicament, and they were trying to kill him. And he said, if I got to play crazy, I'm getting out of here. And as he began to spit down his face, as he began to shake and twitch, they said, get this crazy man out of here. And David begins to run out of King Achish's house. But as he's running, he's saying, I will bless the Lord at all times. And I dare somebody that's sitting in the sanctuary to say, I was almost in the enemy's hands. The enemy was getting ready to kill me. The enemy was getting ready to take my life. But one day I stooped down at my house, and God said, I got you. God says, I got you. And I couldn't think of nothing else to say. And I just began to say, I will bless the Lord at all times, and his praise. I just need about 3 people that can throw your head back and say, and his praise shall continually be in my mouth. I'm done. They thought I couldn't do it. I can't. So, Mary, Martha, y'all sit down. Don't push me. Sit down. So, Mary, Martha gets upset. Martha comes out around verse 40. Martha says, Jesus, you're not going to tell Mary to get up and come help me? What she was really saying in her head was, it's my house. I paid for it. Don't nobody help me around here. And the least you could do is to get up and help me look good for the people. I want to leave y'all alone, but I can't. Because what Martha was saying is what many of you say. I need you to do this because I need our church to look good. I need all the women to act like this because I need our church to look good. I need my pastor to say these things because I need our church to look good. We got to have church this way because I need our church to look good. And Jesus rebukes Martha right there. I had to stop. I stopped again because I thought if Martha was addressing Mary, that Jesus would then address Mary. But Jesus says nothing to Mary. He turns his attention to Martha. He says, Martha, you must, can I use my words, please? Thank you, because I can't talk in y'all language all the time, just when they paying me to do it. So he says, Martha, you tripping. You done gone absolutely loco. Mary is doing a good thing. And Martha did not understand why Mary was doing a good thing. And so guess what? I had to look it up, Pastor. I had to research it. And I don't like doing that. Y'all know I don't like doing that. I like to just preach off my memory. But every second or two, you got to go study and look at it. And I was like, why is Mary doing a good thing just sitting still? And Martha not doing a good thing because she's working. And about 1:30 this morning, God said to me, girl, stop being silly. I never said that Martha wasn't doing a good thing. I just said it wasn't good for this time right here. Ooh. Shots fired. Hold on. Cover. Because guess what? You keep trying to debate if new is good and if old is good. And God says, listen, I ain't got that spiritual debate with y'all today. I'm not trying to talk about old being good or new being good. What I'm trying to say is that old can be good and new could be good, but I'm trying to get you to greater. Where I'm trying to get you to is I'm trying to get you to a place that good can't touch. I'm trying to get you to a place because anybody got a little bit of good in them. Everybody got some good in them, but it's just a few people that can live in a perpetual pace called greatness. And if you're going to be the kind of women that God is calling you for, it don't have nothing to do with green and it don't have nothing to do with pearls. But God says if you're going to live in a perpetual place of greatness, you got to get out your own way and get into my way. Get to where I called you to be. Get you to where I want you to be. And get focused. Focus on me. Okay, I gotta run because I got a lot to do. Get your paper out. I'm gonna give you 3 points, okay? I'm gonna give you 3 points. Yes, and I'm gonna run up out of here. You ready? The first point is that if you're not going to live distracted living, you have got to stop living frustrated.